What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and over the past couple of days, we have had to take a break from our regularly scheduled programming to address something that is just absolutely disgusting that is currently transpiring within the true crime community and just within the YouTube community as a whole. As I'm sure most of you all already know by now, a YouTuber by the name of Zavgirl decided that she was going to sell pictures of a deceased child. Zavgirl decided, I don't know if she was needing money and she was broke. I don't know what's going on. I don't know her reasoning behind it. Maybe she's just greedy. I would assume that she already makes money from YouTube. So I don't know why she felt the need to do this, but Zavgirl decided to charge people $3 to view gruesome photos of an 11-year-old boy who's no longer with us. Let's just put it like that. I'm sure a lot of you all followed the Gannon case. I did not. But this is a situation that is so disgusting that I think a lot of people felt the need to address it. And a lot of people think that, it's just for drama. People like drama or things like that. But you have to understand this. Think of it like this. Let me put it this way. If you're working a job and someone at your job did something really heinous and gross, you would probably address it, right? That's how we feel here on YouTube. Even though we don't know a lot of these other content creators, I'll speak for myself. Even though I know that I don't know a lot of these people, I don't know a lot of these YouTubers, I haven't talked to them a day in my life, and still in many ways, they're like my coworker. Things that they do, even though it has nothing to do with me, things that they do can often reflect on me. And especially in the true crime community, these people who continue to get away with doing just gross, evil things day in and day out, that's a reflection upon everyone in the true crime community, regardless if they like it or not. And that's a point that I've been trying to make for over a year now. But also, I feel as if we live in a day and age where there's already a lot of cracking down. Like, I can't sit here and talk to you the way I want to on YouTube because YouTube won't allow it. And then we got people like Zavgirl who are making it worse for everyone. When you do something this disgusting, you make it worse for every YouTuber out there. A lot of YouTubers already have a bad name. And also, to take it even one step further, I believe that in our society right now, or at least in America, there is this major shift going on. We are shifting away from people trusting the mainstream media, and people are flocking towards independent journalists, independent creators, independent, just commentators that cover news stories. Because a lot of people in this country, maybe not you, but a lot of people, they've lost faith in legacy media. They have lost faith in the mainstream media. And I can tell you right now, the mainstream media lies to us all the time, which is probably my main inspiration for even creating this channel in the first place. The reason I sit here on YouTube every day is because I don't trust the mainstream media, and I know you all don't as well. Well, when independent commentators and journalists and news coverers, when they're in a community, along with people like Zavgirl, it gives everyone a bad name. Zavgirl not only gave everyone a bad name within the true crime community, she's giving independent journalists a bad name. And like I said, we're in this shift. There's this battle that's happening right now in our country. I'm not sure how many of you all are aware of this, but people are no longer wanting to watch CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. No, people are coming to YouTube. And during this shift, We already have the powers that be and the establishment. They're already at our throats, okay? Plenty of channels on YouTube who do an awesome job. They're getting their content and their views suppressed, such as myself. It happens all the time. They're making sure that our videos and our voices can't be spread and heard by as many people as them. We already got enough against us as independent journalists and content creators, and we don't need people like Zavgirl giving us a bad name. That's why you're seeing not just people within the true crime community, you're seeing people who talk about all types of stuff. You're seeing mainstream news outlets are even calling this lady out. It's one thing that I guess we all have in common is that we know that what she did was wrong. That's why you're seeing these lawyers and Brian Enton and all of these other people on YouTube calling it out, because this is just something that I don't think anyone can deny is wrong. But I've been seeing people in the comment sections, and I've seen news clips mention that someone else was doing this as well. Now, I've primarily been speaking about Zavgirl doing this because I'm aware of who Zavgirl is, because during the Kylie Rodney case, she did a lot of gross things. So this is not Zavgirl's first rodeo. This is just her latest, her latest little shindig that she created. This lady has been doing shady stuff for years, but there is someone else, and I already forgot her name. I know it's Natasha something, I believe. I never even knew this lady existed. I saw a clip on Lewis's Nerd Report's channel. Lewis from Nerd Report, he played a clip from this Natasha lady speaking about all of this, drama that's going on, because she was selling pictures of Gannon as well. And this lady just seems really far out there delusional. And all jokes aside, when I was watching the clip of her talk, I couldn't help but just think about the fact that she totally reminds me of my middle school lunch lady. I know that she was talking a lot of gibberish nonsense and trying to defend the sick, twisted stuff that she and Zavgirl did, but it was like my ears were blocking it out, and I was fixated on the fact that she looks just like my middle school lunch lady. I bet you she has some good mac and cheese arms. I'm not even trying to be mean. She looks like she would make a hell of a souffle. This lady should be selling baked goods instead of photos of dead children on Patreon. I mean, this bitch looks like me minus the facial hair. Oh, I cracked myself up. But yeah, I mean, today's already been crazy enough for me, people. People are now claiming that Rudy Farias may be my brother and that I look like Rudy. And if Rudy Farias is my brother, then how long before people start accusing me of being this lady's nephew? She looks like she could be my aunt. But anyways, I just wanted to address the fact that it wasn't just Zavgirl. This other lady, this lunch lady, she was in on all of this nonsense as well. And oh man, I guess, there's always someone out there. There's always someone out there for something. Just when you think you've seen it all, people crawl out of the woodworks and just manage to just surprise you. You know what I mean? But in all of this stuff that's been going on, and I've been following the fact that Zavgirl has not only made national headline news, now she's made international headline news. They're printing articles about how disgusting Zavgirl is over in the UK. But I wanted to address her response. I know I'm a little bit late in addressing this response, but better late than never, right? I want to go over this. Hey guys, I want to address what's going on right now with the Gannon autopsy coroner video I created. Unfortunately, this seems to be something where people are very divided on how they feel about it. And I'm hearing a lot from both sides. Oh, people are very divided, huh? I'm looking around and The internet does not seem that divided on this one. No, I think we're all on the same page here about this one, Zav girl. Talking about, I'm seeing divided responses. Stop bullshitting us. You know damn good and well you are getting torn a new butthole right now. There is not no divided responses. You have about a dozen creeps that paid you $13 or $3 to shit. You have about a dozen creeps that gave you $3 to look at the photos, and then you have hundreds of thousands of people telling you what a creep you are for doing this. It's not a divided reaction. Go ahead and Google your name right now and let me know if you see a divided reaction, Sav girl. Let's go. The reality of the situation is that different people feel differently about this. No, they don't. That couldn't be further from the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is, I've looked around, I've seen a lot of videos, I've talked to a lot of people, and everyone pretty much agrees that you are a piece of human trash for what you did. I am seeing people who already do disgusting down low things within the true crime community, and even they are like, wait, I wouldn't stoop this low, so I don't think that different people feel differently about this. No, in fact, your own subscribers, I think, have pretty much shown you that they don't even agree with this. And for them to stick around watching your dry ass face for this long and your confused expressions, I mean, they must have been some die-hard, ride or die fans. And even this is too much for them. But let's go forward. Some people genuinely think making a video, including the autopsy photos, is bad. And I respect their opinion and feelings. Other people, like myself, think of autopsy photos and the coroner discussing, explaining them as interesting and informative, and are able to view it all in a more scientific, detached way. There is not a single thing scientific about Zav girl. Now, if this was someone else, a professional, a lawyer or something, that would be different, but this is Zav girl. There is nothing informative about her content. There's nothing educational about her content. There's nothing scientific about this. You are a complete idiot. Zav girl is a complete idiot that just literally, I don't know how, grifted her way into having a YouTube channel by pretending to be confused about everything. And people see that confused look on her face and they hang on to it because it looks like she's formulating something of worth or something of value to say, but it never comes. And people are just left there hanging, waiting for her to have 2 words worth a damn, but they never come. They never come. I think that's the only reason why people watch her channel, is because they need closure. They want to know what comes after the confused looks, but nothing comes after the confused looks. Just more confused looks, because there's nothing educational about anything that she's ever done on YouTube. This woman has no idea what science even is. What is she talking about? We're able to view it in a scientific way. Yeah, out of everyone in the world, Zav girl, she's able to view stuff in a scientific way, y'all. Everyone leave her alone. We got a real scientist on our hands here. All right, leave her alone, y'all. There's a scientist on our hands here. Zav girl. Yeah. What in the hell is this lady talking about? I mean, I'm almost offended by reading this because I know that she knows that her community is filled with a lot of dumbasses, because you really got to be dumb to just follow up with her nonsense for all of these years. So she knows she could play, into a lot of these dumb people. But I mean, anyone with a lick of common sense knows that there's nothing scientific about this woman. And it kind of feels like an insult that she would even throw it out there. Like she obviously wasn't planning on anyone with any intelligence actually reading this statement. It's really sickening. But hey, let's go forward. All right, where were we? We're at the part where Zav Girl's claiming to be a scientist. It's just one of those things where it depends on the person. I am not adamantly against taking down the video if people are truly unhappy with it, and I will absolutely consider doing that. But right now, it seems that there are a lot of other people who are acting in bad faith and creating lies for fun and excitement in order to pit others against me. Oh, that sounds familiar. Kind of like the lies and rumors that you created and that you helped create and platform during the Kylie Rodney case. You know, the ones about Kylie Rodney being fake while her mother was mourning the loss of her child. You know, the rumors that YouTubers helped kill Kylie Rodney. We had a meth head country singer out here that was offering $100,000 for whoever could figure out what happened to Kylie Rodney. And at the same time, he was blaming random people on YouTube for the death of Kylie Rodney. I had to sit here and watched cracked out hillbillies do 8-hour live streams where they were literally illegally concocting plans on how they were going to take down YouTubers and deliver them to a freaking country singer so they can get $100,000. Like, what in the hell are you talking about, lady? Lies and rumors. Oh. So it's okay when you do it. It's a problem when they do it. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you didn't do something this disgusting, you wouldn't have to worry about the rumors that are branching out after what you did. If you didn't try to sell photos of Gannon, you wouldn't have to worry about rumors spreading about what you may or may not have done. So you put yourself in this position. Also, you have a long track record of spreading lies and rumors, so I don't think anyone cares if you're affected by lies and rumors. But it's no lie that you are a giant loaf of shit that decided to try to make a profit off of Gannon. I don't know why. I mean, you have a YouTube channel. I would assume that you make money off of it. I don't know why. Were you really hurting that bad for $3? It's disgusting. And the total lack of self-awareness is what really sticks out to me here, because you're someone that gets down and dirty. You're someone that gets down to the nitty-gritty. You're someone that sits on YouTube lying about people and spreading rumors and hosting other people that do the same all the time. So when it turns around and it comes back at you, for you to sit there and pretend like you don't partake in this type of stuff, I mean, you're getting what you deserve. You're getting exactly what you deserve. Karma is a bitch, and it may not come fast, but it comes eventually. And it's coming for you, Zav Girl, and you realize that now. And now you want to try to play the victim? I don't want to hear it. But let's go forward. If you've heard the latest rumor that I've been distributing photos of Gannon's genitalia, I assure you I have not. And his genitalia isn't visible in any of the photos in the coroner video. So it's a bit difficult to sort through what's what when there are other creators who have had the same autopsy photos up right here on YouTube for public viewing on their channel, where everyone can stumble across them and they are not being attacked as I am right now. It becomes obvious that some of this hate I'm receiving is not genuine and is being done for other reasons. YouTube drama gets clicks. Yeah, YouTube drama does get clicks. And you, Zav Girl, would know that better than anyone, because that's how you've grown your channel. By spreading drama and rumors within true crime cases. So you would know that better than anyone. As far as these claims, listen, other people live streamed the trial. Nothing wrong with that. During the trial, some things may have been shown. The creators don't know exactly what's going to be shown. And as far as I've seen, none of these creators decided, hey, I'm going to charge people $3 to look at photos of this dead child. No one else did that but Zav Girl and the lunch lady. So I don't think she should be on here. I'm sorry. I don't think she should be on here trying to point the finger at everyone else. Like, look, they did this wrong. They did that wrong. Let's just say they did. Okay? Let's say all of these other creators are in the wrong too. Does that make things even better for Zav Girl? No, not at all. I mean, I didn't show anything. You didn't show anything. So to think that, oh, maybe because another YouTuber did this or another YouTuber did that, it makes it okay. No, it doesn't make it okay. But to be clear, I don't think that anyone else did what her and the lunch lady did. So I don't know why she's throwing out bogus claims, trying to compare other people to her, because that is just disingenuous. And she knows it. I understand some of you have issues with me charging money on my Patreon for the video. If I was charging money for the autopsy files alone or something like that, I think I would see your point. But in this case, I spent a lot of time and worked hard putting together a video lining up the coroner's audio and descriptions, along with the appropriate part of the photos she is describing, and editing it together to try to make it as informative as possible for the viewer. That is what I am charging for, which I would hope you can agree is understandable. No. None of us agree that that is understandable. In fact, this makes it sound even worse if you ask me. Because you want to know what this tells me? If you really did work hard and long on editing together this video of a dead child, this tells me that you sat there and stewed in it. You sat there and had all the opportunity in the world to be like, you know what, this is wrong. You sat there knowing how scummy what you were doing was. You sat there knowing that you were going to go the lowest of lows, and you took your time and you edited together the video. And throughout this process, nothing in your mind, nothing in your heart, your body or soul told you, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this. It would be one thing if you took the photos and you threw them on Patreon and then you realize, you know what, that was a bad move, I was wrong. I don't think that's okay, but that's one thing. This is even worse. If you really did take your time to put this together and you really sat there knowing how scummy you were being the entire time that you were putting it together, it makes it sound so much worse to me. Because, I mean, at no point did it hit you that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be a giant piece of crap today. Maybe I should do better. Maybe I should be a better person. Maybe I shouldn't charge people $3 to look at photos of this dead child. But no, you took your time, you crafted your little plan, and you put your little video together, and nowhere in your heart did you decide to back out, to just stop, that maybe it's not worth it. So you sitting here saying, oh, it took me a long time to put this together. It doesn't make you look or sound any better. It makes it so much worse, in my opinion. But let's go forward. Anyway, thank you to those who have reached out to me with your take on it in a respectful way, who understand this is simply a bit of a gray area as to what is socially acceptable and what isn't. No, it is not a gray area. Google your name and tell me if it's a gray area. Put your name in the YouTube search bar and tell me if it's a gray area. Your name was trending on Twitter yesterday because it's not a gray area. It's not a gray area at all. And I feel insulted that she keeps trying to make it out to be as if we don't have the internet. We got the internet too, Zav Girl. We're looking at the response to what you did. There's no gray area. The gray area is you, the pedo freaks that went ahead and paid for this $3 live stream, and then the rest of the world. There's no freaking gray area here. There's right and wrong, and you did wrong. This does not fall anywhere near the middle. It's nowhere near the middle. It's so far down that I don't even think that we could even acknowledge how far down it is. Because I honestly don't have much to compare this to. At least from what I've personally seen since covering stories on YouTube. But let's go ahead and finish out her statement. Like I said, I am not against removing the video and I care what you think. But it's hard to make sense of it all while I'm getting some very seriously unhinged threats being made against myself and my loved ones. And those threats are coming from those who claim I'm doing something morally objectionable. For those of you who are willing to discuss this rationally and want to communicate your thoughts, please comment on this post as I might not see it anywhere else. After I deal with the threats, I will come back and read everything here so I can get an idea on the best way to proceed based on all of your input. So she doubles and triples down, and she didn't even want to remove the video. The video was forcefully removed by Patreon because they removed her whole entire Patreon channel. But she doubled and she tripled down. And you want to know what this tells me? It tells me that even throughout all of this, she tried to make it about herself. She is trying to be the victim in this situation. There is only one victim, and that is Gannon. Or you could say Gannon and Gannon's family. Those are the victims. Zav Girl is not the victim. Zav Girl is not receiving threats. No one's threatening Zav Girl, and I will tell all of you all right now, do not go and threaten this fake wannabe hippie lady. Leave this lady alone. She's going to get what's coming to her. The social response is enough. No one needs to threaten this woman. And to be clear, I don't believe for 1 second that anyone ever threatened this woman. But this right here shows you and tells you a lot about Zav Girl's character. Because throughout all of this, does she seem to be acting apologetic? No. Does she seem to be acting sympathetic towards Gannon's family? No. She only feels bad for herself. And in this moment, in her little address to the nation, because everyone's watching, we got people overseas reading news articles trying to figure out, who the hell is this stale-faced lady? In her address to the world, she decided that her closing statement would be her trying to make this about her and being the victim. In her little address to the world, she showed that she never cared about Gannon. She damn sure doesn't care about Gannon's family. And instead of acknowledging how difficult it must be for what they're going through, she's trying to make it out like, oh, woe is me. People are being mean to me online. You don't understand the threats. Meanwhile, this woman has platformed people who are threatening people. People were literally scared to walk out of their front door because of things that have happened on Zav's channel. Not me personally, but the things these people did to that Zanime girl during the Kylie Rodney case, and they would harass random people that would call in to other people's live streams. It was wild. I don't want to sit here and rehash it all because it would take hours, but she's done so much disgusting things. And for her to sit here and pretend like she never took part in all of that, and for her to sit here and play the victim now, after she re-victimized, she didn't victimize Gannon and Gannon's family, she re-victimized them. They got some sense of justice and closure from the trial. They got, I know it's not good enough, but they got some sense of justice and closure from the trial, and then Zav Girl pulls this nonsense. She pulls this just garbage nonsense that she decided to do. And now Gannon's family has to worry that when they get on Facebook, when they get on YouTube, when they get on Reddit or Twitter, there may just be pictures of their dead child sitting right there in their face. All because of Zav Girl. But Zav Girl wants to play the victim. Zav Girl doesn't acknowledge what she did wrong. Zav Girl doesn't even acknowledge how severe this situation is. In this moment where she could have made it more about Gannon and Gannon's family, since she pretends to be a voice for the voiceless and pretended that she was so interested in Gannon's case, right? I'm so interested. I'm a scientist. I'm an educator. We got to know. You know what I mean? She don't even know how to spell these people's names, for one. And in the long run, instead of being sensitive towards the family of Gannon, she chose to play the victim. And that right there is unforgivable. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll be talking to you all in the next video.